Hello everyone, welcome to another UConn PAES construction progress video update. My name is Louis Gett. Today we are at the IPB building, the Innovation Partnership Building. Today is March 31st. The last time we were on site here was February 17th, so about 6 weeks since our last progress update. And let me take you through some of the great progress that they've made since the last time we were out here. Describe all the progress since the last time we were out here. We're standing pretty much in line with the V columns, the 1, 2, 3 V columns right here. So most noticeably, the concrete on the towers have been completed. We're here looking at the north tower right through here, and also on the south tower. In the south tower, they've actually started preparing for the precast with a damp proofing against the wall, then the insulation, and we're going to actually walk over a little bit in a second and get a look at the precast that's started. The installation's actually begun today. So you really get a sense looking at the south tower. This is called the second level right through here, and you can take a look at the third level where my finger is pointing right to there, and then the fourth level would be the penthouse, and finally the roof connections up at the top. So they're preparing to set the steel today. We talked a little bit about the reason for this huge 300-ton crane, and actually we talked a little bit about the setup that was required, how the excavation had to be cut firm and level, brought in some stone and some cribbage underneath there so the crane sits nice and level. So we are looking right at the lobby. The first floor steel is completed, mostly except for miscellaneous. This is going to be the main feature entrance into the lobby, into the south tower area right here. So we have to talk about this huge amount of steel that's going to be erected here in the next week or so. So these beams that span between the north and the south tower are what they call W40 by 503. That's 40 inches across the flanges and 503 pounds per square foot. So the spans go from this V right here, it's about 40 feet to the first set of spans, about 40 feet to the next set of the V, and then about 60 feet over to the tower. So the 40-foot span is around 21,000 plus pounds, and the 60-foot span, so each beam is around 32,000 pounds. So, and actually there's columns that sit on these beams from one floor to the next to the next. But the building will be clear span. The only thing you'll see, as we saw in the renderings, is the V columns that are shaped out this way here. So pretty amazing process that they're beginning to start here. Yeah, actually there's, you can take a look over, there actually had to create a little bit of shoring to begin to erect these steel girts that come across here. So they're going to use some temporary shoring to get themselves started until this assembly takes some shape and becomes solid and kind of stands on its own. To the west and updating ourselves on the progress here. There was no steel the last time we were here, and it was kind of still more towards winter time. You can see that all the mud slabs are in. They're getting ready for the grade beams. The steel has been placed. The fellows are working up on the decking up onto the top. So once they finish the steel, and then the steel is plumbed, all tied in, and in its permanent state, then they'll work on finishing the slab. And also to the north section, and that's the end of the construction over here. That's what they call the first level. That would be the roof line. And as we work over to this way here, the top of this area is called the second level. We're down here on the first floor. That's the north tower, south tower. This is mostly the mechanical space. So the slab has been placed. The mechanical contractors, you can see they run their hangers first. They run them all down before they even start to set any of the pipe. Usually the bank hangers are potentially for electrical or pipe. The bigger strap hangers, saddle hangers, are for some of the larger pipes. So most of the area down in here is mechanical. The last time we were here, we looked a little bit at the electrical room, and something you don't see every day. You go into a space and you see a concrete deck, you know, we don't realize the shoring that was in place, you know, the tower, scaffolding type of shoring with the beams over the top, and then the wood joists go over the top, the plywood, they'll cast the concrete on the top, remove all of this stuff, and it'll be a nice smooth concrete ceiling. So that's how that whole process of reinforced concrete ceilings is done. More close-up shot of the first precast panel on the south tower. We talked about that earlier. The south tower is exposed, and that is the finish on there. So it's a damp-proofing paint, and then an installation, and then the precast. And the typical installation, you know, here is they have bearing plates, and then they use, you know, a shimming process to get the alignment just right, you know, and here they're welding on angle clips, you know, for the final connection. There's some embedded steel into the bottom of the precast. So lastly, we'll finish up talking a little bit about sequence here. Another reason why the precast panels are going up right now is for accessibility. You know, once the steel is coming across, they won't have the opportunity of the crane to come down in. So sequentially, you know, the precast is going in also for a reason, ahead of the steel. So thank you for your interest in this progress update of the IPB building. Remember to subscribe to our UConn PAS channel. Once subscribed, on the left-hand side, manage subscriptions. To the right, the gearbox symbol. A check next to send me all notifications for this channel with the save. Now, anytime we add a project, update a project, you will receive an automatic email notification. We thank you for your interest in our UConn projects. Have a great day.